Okay, hey everyone. I hope this works. I haven't tested this out. I probably should have done this last night. Whoa, that's loud. Okay, I think that could be okay. Okay, just give me one sec, guys. I just gotta... I'm only using one screen, so I gotta set up everything so I can see everything properly. Oh, yeah. Okay. I think that's okay. Sick. Alright, well everything's working fine. Alright, how we doing, guys? Happy New Year, I guess. Sorry if I'm a bit low energy today. I'm really fucking tired. And I've been having shit sleep. But I thought I might do something actually productive today and start streaming. Okay. Are we watching the cutscenes? I think we probably should. Oh, Crash 4, give me a headache. Yeah, it'll do that. Alright, well. In the great struggle of good versus evil. What if modders can somehow make Daxter's fur and detailed model as the one in the... I think they can. I know that there's like a texture pack at the moment that someone made updating all the UI elements, which is cool. Then again, I'm not sure because it's still running on PSP, so I'm not sure if they could update the model you play as.
Every mother's child has heard the story well, but most have heard only half the tale. For as great as Jack was, he would never have succeeded without his often forgotten but faithful sidekick, Daxter. In my many years as a sage, and trust me, it's a big number.
Yeah, I was a fan that made it. It was kind of recent.
Very important truth. Behind every great hero, there is always
Yeah, I'm running this on an emulator. Totally legally though, because I ripped my own game to get the ISO. Also, I'm actually using a PS2 controller to play it because I just bought a PS2 to USB adapter and it's fucking heaps cool. And my frames are dropping. Lovely.
I can't do this anymore. It's too dangerous.
Hold on, so...
But please, don't leave now. Forget it. Find another crazy sucker, okay?
Okay. Alright, I've streamed using an emulator once. Oh no. And that was a test stream and I was streaming PS2 and it was pretty okay. I think the game's a bit loud. So I hope my PC can handle playing an emulator while streaming. Yeah, this is PPSSPP. It's the best PSP emulator out there. Well, I don't know if it's the best. It's the most popular. Just let me know if the audio is okay. Man, we're already just dropping frames. This sucks. You're Lord of the Rings? Nah, this is the Matrix. Yeah, he does a bit, doesn't he?
Well, here's out what they used to be. Tell us the one about how you can knock guards silly with a single blow.
What, I can? Oh yeah. Those guards don't stand a chance against the old one.
Uh-oh.
Yes, I'm pleased to meet you also.
I'm already...
I'm Osmo.
Fucking, YouTube sucks.
Chief spray technologist for the Critter Ritter Extermination Company. Let me get right to brass.
I just bought virtual reality and it's so matrixy, yeah.
Someone with your ingenuity.
Alright, what's the stream like? YouTube's telling me it's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming, but OBS is telling me it's fine.
Yep, got it.
Your bravery in the face of certain.
Well, now we seem fine.
Okay, move along, old man. You had me at hello, but you had to push it.
In short,
And now OBS is fine. Oh my god, I hate life.
Forget it, buddy. I don't know nothing about exterminating, and I hate bugs. Although, I could always fake it.
hey, what?
A game called Virtual Reality. It's a game about going to different VR sets. That's pretty cool, actually.
And welcome aboard.
Alright, well, let's see how this plays. Ugh. It's pretty cool playing this on a real controller. And my stream's dying. Fuck.
Looks like the bugs won.
What was that?
Nothing. All right. Everything with more than 2 legs start trembling, because the Daxtinator is in the building.
That's the spirit.
Are you fucking serious, dude? Come on.
Just give me the bug juice, Pops, and make it a double. I'll hose down every creepy crawly that moves.
No. You must first learn the basics. In my day, we hunted bugs with style and class. A more elegant weapon, or a more civilized touch. Now, for your first job, I want you to go and take out all the loose bugs in the local hotel. Go get them.
Alright, it's a weird glitch that actually happens here. You can't leave unless you talk to him again.
Your first job is at the West Side Hotel. Find the concierge, and he will show you the ropes.
Alright, well, let's see how hard it tanks once I get into the city.
Daxter, I almost forgot to tell you about the communication device. I'll use this to keep in touch with you whenever you're away from the shop.
Shut up.
If there's one thing I've learned, you can never have too many of these precursor orbs.
Orange Lightning must have zapped 6 Wi-Fi. I'm on fucking Ethernet. It should be fine.
Pack. Ooh, bet you never guessed that one.
Find crew percent.
That goat gem is dropped by all of these new nasty bugs. Collect as many of these as you can. That's the hotel, Daxter. Get inside, talk to the concierge, and remember, your job is to exterminate bugs.
Bruh.
Whoa, get a load of this place.
Been so long since I played Daxter. Yeah, me too. So I'm curious to see what my thoughts of this are going to be.
The exterminator. Mr. Crew, our best customer, will be pleased you're here. But I don't like the looks of you. The bugs up here ate the last exterminator alive. Anyway, I'd love to let you up the elevator, but I've lost the key somewhere. Have a look round for it, will you?
Yeah, Jack has a bag, but where does Daxter keep those orbs? Who knows?
Thank you. Now bring me back a nice stack of those gold bug gems, and I'll tell Oscar
Also, how is the
better than that last fellow we sent.
the audio air levels? Are we good? Yeah. Oh my god. Most iconic moment in this game must be the Matrix mission. It is pretty sick. I actually recently just watched those movies for the first time, and they're pretty fucking good. How would this game be in 60 FPS? Probably a lot better. Game's a bit quiet. Righto. We seem to be kind of stable now, which is good. New Matrix is pretty air. I've heard a lot of people say it was crap, but I've also had some people say it was really good. But I've purposely not been like listening to anyone because I don't care what anyone thinks. I want to see it for myself.
I may have forgotten to feed the plants, I'm afraid.
Oh yeah, no, don't worry about lack of music. This game is kind of weird with the music sometimes. Jack Trilogy 4K remake or Crew mobile game? I only accept a Crew mobile game if it's a gacha game. Oh, whoops. Eh. Pesos are the premium currency, yeah.
Being an Otso might be useful after all.
I might not have played this in, like, forever, but I know where fucking everything is still. I wonder if I can play the bug thing online through emulator. That'll be interesting. Well, not online, but like with another person. You're supposed to crawl under them, but I don't ever do that. I think that would be possible through Parsec. That's how me and my mates play PS2 games online together. Oh, sick. See, I've never been able to play like PSP stuff online because my PSP was the E1000, which removed Wi-Fi capability, which is stupid as fuck. But since getting a Vita, I was able to play some Tony Hawk Underground 2 with a mate. And that was pretty cool. Yeah, now we got music. Ah. Oh. What part of the world do you live in? Just asking because it's 5:30 AM where I live. I live in Australia. It's currently 9 PM. I got up a couple hours ago.
Oh, did I forget to give you the room keys? Well, you'll find a way.
Should we play the trilogy on PS4? So much nostalgia, yeah. Oh, welcome. I am taking it you haven't been here before. Fuck, I'm so low energy. I'm so sorry, everyone. I'm really tired. Fuck. I came up with the idea with a PSP without internet usage because my 10-year-old self wants to call him stupid. How do you think I feel? Like, that was the only PSP I still haven't gotten a proper PSP with online capabilities. I just do everything through my Vita now if I want to do that. It's stupid as hell. There's so many features in games that I wanted to do, but like I just couldn't. Jack 4 comes out when Nintendo fixes Joy-Con drift. Yeah, so never. Yeah, PSP Street was stupid as hell. They did it to reduce cost, but like... yeah. They also made it mono as well, which is weird. And it's also weird because like they made it bulkier, but I think it's more comfortable than like the 3000 model. It just... that one just feels really thin to me. Is there anything? Okay. It's pretty cool playing this on a PS2 controller though. Alright, found crew. We can end the stream now, everyone. There we go. Had a street and I didn't quite understand why Little Big Planet didn't work on... yeah, I fucking... I made some, like... I made a lot of levels in Little Big Planet on PSP when I was younger. Because it was just the perfect, like, console to make it on, you know? Like, it's on the go and it's still, like, pretty robust tools. And, like, man, if I had that online... my life would be probably the same. But it would have been a lot of fun. Yeah, I really wish that I had an online PSP so I could experience that before the servers got shut down. The bastards stole my childhood with online PSP, yeah. Had a PSP and a Prince of Persia game, I couldn't even save. Oh yeah, and the fact that they used proprietary memory cards is stupid. Like, that's what Vita did as well, it's just fucking dumb. Like, ugh. Yeah. A squash from the head, but yeah, yeah. Was it called Warrior Within? I know. Yeah, I can't remember the Prince of Persia games on PSP. Remember the times where I didn't have a memory card, so I kept playing Daxter to the bar level. I did the same with the Lost Frontier. I didn't have a memory card when I first got it, so I had to wait like a few weeks before I could get one. And I would play the Lost Frontier up to the first boss fight with the mech, and that is when my PSP would die every time. So yeah, I kept just playing up to there. Yeah. I did complete the whole game without a memory card thanks to sleep mode. I'm glad the game looks pretty decent as well. I didn't fiddle with any of the graphic settings or anything to upscale it. So I'm glad it does look good.
You've exceeded my expectations. Payment received in full, and I'll be phoning your employer immediately. Now off you go.
Yeah.
Good work, Daxter. I hear you did a smash-up job. Now I need you to clean up.
I mean, it seems to be running pretty smooth.
These bugs don't even wait for the building to be...
For a 2006 PSP game, Daxter looks quite good, better than the TLFS. Oh yeah, Daxter looks way better than the Lost Frontier. Imagine if Hades was on the PS Vita. Well, pretty sure it's on PS4. You can do remote play. Next best thing. So they were made on different engines, different teams with probably different budget. Yeah, well, the thing with Daxter is, Ready at Dawn was a studio comprised of former Naughty Dog employees. Like, the idea of a Daxter game came about when they were doing Jak 2. One of the people at Naughty Dog, like, pitched the game to Jason Rubin for the PSP that was recently, like, announced. And he thought it was a great idea. So, instead of Naughty Dog making it, he just, like, formed his own studio with some people at Naughty Dog, and they worked on this game. Originally, they were going to try porting Jak 1 to PSP, and they quickly realized that ain't gonna fucking happen. And they were going to try using Goal on PSP for the Daxter engine, but they decided to make their own engine that's, like, similar, I think. And then High Impact Games was a company comprised mostly of former Insomniac employees. And they kind of just, like, got shafted with Lost Frontier. They're just, like, given it, like, it was just given to them, and they kind of just had to make do. Fuck. Whereas Daxter had, like, quite a few years of development. Again, there's no fucking music. This game is weird with the music. Explains why TLF felt more like a Ratchet game. Yeah, and it was also made on the Ratchet PSP engine as well.
That ain't no bug.
And you're too scruffy to be a creeper. So, what's your game? Speak up before these bowels become both ends of the conversation. Who are you?
I could ask you the same, sweet cheeks.
Well, if you must know, I'm Taryn. Let me guess. You're one of those lame exterminators who think they can still clean up the city. I've got news for you. Those new metal bugs are more than you can handle. So take your little toys and go home.
And I've got news for you. You're really hot when you're angry.
We've got bigger problems around here than people know. You want to help? Here's a big girl's way of taking out bugs. You get the creeps. I'll get that crane moving. Think you can handle it?
Okay, baby, I'll play along. Watch me work, sugar.
Hey, watch where you spray that thing, cowboy.
Alright, now we got some music. Jesus. Oh, this game is so silent. And my frames are dropping like crazy. How was a human supposed to use that thing else? Yeah, I was just thinking about that, and I was like, maybe like with the strap, Maybe you're supposed to like strap that on your arm or something. And like the spray thing that you hold, you just use in the same hand. That's my theory. Making good progress already. Yeah, we've only been playing for like fucking 26 minutes. It's like I haven't played this in years, but I still know how to do everything, where everything is. It's kind of funny. Yeah. If I'm using buffering, rendering, and what backend you're using. I briefly looked at those settings before setting up. I don't know. Hey DS. Do you like laggy gameplay? Vaguely. That doesn't make sense. Oh, I couldn't look at, maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. Literally watching my bro play Battle for Bikini Bottom on the PS2 when the stream notified me. So we're both going on. Nice. Today's just not my day. Bro. Mainly asking because I have a 2014 pre-build and runs... What? Fuck. Runs Daxter fine on Vulkan with buffered rendering and upscaling. Yeah, I mean, like, the game is running fine. My issue is my PC not being able to handle it while streaming. Streaming is, like, I think the more stressful thing for it. Yeah. And I have integrated graphics. I don't have a dedicated graphics card, so everything's just happening at once, you know? Because like, the game hasn't hitched like a single time. It's just the stream that's struggling. I wish they translated Battle for Bikini Bottom to other languages other than German and English. 13-year-old self would have been glad. Yeah, that would have been good. Well, what language do you speak? Yeah, integrated graphics aren't the best, but like it's been getting the job done pretty well. It's just when it comes to like doing multiple things, I think is when it starts struggling. Spanish? Right. Did it at least have like Spanish subs? Oh, I'll take that as a no, actually, since you said it. Fuck. Yeah, that sucks. Same happened to Psychonauts, yeah. Are you getting the Steam Deck? No, I wasn't planning on it. It is really cool though. Yeah, the Jack and Ratchet games and Sly games had really good translation, which is good. No. Oh, my frames. They do be dropping.
Calling Daxter. Come in, Daxter. Return to the Critter Ritter shop immediately.
No. Damn it. Finally a normal stream out for me. Hey there, Nisha.
That's 3 more infestations you failed on this week. Keep it up, and this business will be mine.
Go spray your S's somewhere else, kid. This company's been in my family for generations. My father's father, Osmer Itchy Draws III, worked his fingers to the bone to make this place what it is.
Yes, I'm sure he's very proud. I promise you, Osmo, I will eventually run you out of town. You'll be bug bait soon enough.
What insect crawled up his butt?
We're in trouble, Daxter. If we don't start completing jobs soon, I'll lose the business. The bug alert. It looks like something big. To the hangar. For this job, I'm trusting you with my pride and joy. Little Betsy.
All right. You got a hot daughter, huh?
She's a beauty, huh?
She's, something all right. You're telling me this thing still flies?
Sure. Been in my family for centuries. Used it to take out the infamous curly crab infestation of '67. And you'll need it to take out this swarm. But be gentle with her.
Dax is such a great plot for a PSP spin-off. Sure, there are some plot holes, but overall, probably one of the best PSP games ever. I think it's probably one of the better PSP games. I don't know if the plot is that great, to be honest. I think it's a good game, but like, it doesn't really do a lot, you know? Like, you would not be missing out on much story-wise if you skipped this one. I still think it's a lot of fun, though.
Select spray prevents. The R button releases the spray. Hold it down to eliminate those bugs.
It's so good being able to play this on a real controller, because you can map L and R, which are camera controls, to the second stick, but also still use L and R for, like, vehicle sections. It actually, like, feels really good to play. No, I'm playing on a PSP emulator. And I'm actually using a PS2 controller. I got an adapter for my PC and it works really well. Wouldn't lose a lot leaving it out. Still impressive for the game to even have a proper plot. I suppose, yeah. I mean, I haven't played a ton of PSP games, to be honest. But, like, when I think of, like, great PSP spin-offs, I think of Kingdom Hearts. Because not only, like, was that, like, a really fun portable Kingdom Hearts game, but, like, the plot and the story was, like, really good and really important to the overall plot of the series. And I don't know, like, the potential this game had, like, the things it could have done with the story, and it just didn't. Kind of disappointing, but... Played this game pretty recently. Kind of weird, between all the Jak and Daxter and Ratchet & Clank games on PSP, this was the only one that didn't get a PS2 port. Yeah, and it was the best one, too. I am kind of glad it didn't get a PS2 port, though, because none of those PS2 ports of PSP games felt good at all. So, I'd rather keep this one on a console that it was made for, where it actually feels good to play. Fuck, where are they? Be good if we had, like, a map or something. Oh, never mind. I have like 2 adapters like that. One for my Tekken 10th Anniversary arcade stick and one for my... Oh, Guitar Hero, right. Oh yeah, I can do... So wait, does a Guitar Hero PS2 controller have the same input as a normal controller? Because if that's the case, I can... Oh my god, I had 2 seconds left. If that's the case, I can just use this adapter to use a Guitar Hero controller on emulator. That'll be sick. So, what am I... Okay. Thing I love on PSP is that I have almost a game for every franchise. Shame we didn't have a Sly game. Yeah, true. There was going to be a Sly game, but it got cancelled. Hey, Donkey Planet, how we doing? Love the PSP, but the subtle vibe of PS2 but on the go kind of takes away from the uniqueness in the long run. Isn't that literally every handheld though? Like, Game Boy was NES on the go. Game Boy Advance was SNES on the go. And then DS. I mean, that was sort of its own thing, I guess. Yeah, but they still... Wait, they're still in, like, ported N64 games to it. I honestly think, like, with PSP, like, that was pretty cool how you could have, like, PS2-like experiences on the go. Generally does, but depending on the adapter, it reads whammy as strum up. Oh, interesting. Well, I mean, like, what I want to do is, like, use the Guitar Hero controller as, like, a normal controller. Like, I don't want to play Guitar Hero, I want to play Jak. To be honest, I don't really see myself coming back to this game unless it's for a Let's Play or 100% completion. Also, don't think that Daxter would have been too out of place on the PS2. I don't know. I think because of like how high quality the Jak games were, if you put this out on PS2, it would feel out of place. As a PS2 game in general, maybe not, but Do you plan on making small challenge runs after the Daxter playthrough? You're gonna jump straight into every game ever challenge. Oh, I was planning on playing Lost Frontier after this. The every game ever thing isn't really a challenge. It's more of a project. I haven't been doing my research. I've just been lazy. I want to start that like as soon as I can, but I guess I'll play through Lost Frontier first.
What was that noise?
Yeah, but PSP was the one that went all the way to do so. Memory sticks, USB, UMD being discs, etc. I suppose.
Welcome back, my boy. Good. You've already covered old Betsy up for me. At her age, that old duster needs all that tender...
Why didn't Naughty Dog pass off Lost Frontier to Ready at Dawn again? Even though the story was one of the weaker elements of the game, Rad did a pretty good job on the platforming. Probably because Ready at Dawn was doing the God of War games at that point.
Everything's still here, more or less. I'll pick up the pieces later. I mean, I'll give her a bath later.
Huh. Are you sure? That's very thoughtful of you.
Weren't I supposed to do TLF gunless? Yeah, I was, but I don't know if I want to do that.
Is about this precursor stuff, but it sure makes an Otzel want to catch a few Z's.
Alright, it's Matrix time. This is so fucking dumb, but I love it. That one's actually really fun when it gets all hard and intense.
I know Kung Fu.
This is sick. I had no idea there was a Matrix button sequence level. Never got to play PSP growing up. Yeah. Oh, never got to play this. Yeah.
I just got a call from the bar, Daxter. Oh, some kind of mechanical problem.
Also, when you get to TLF, please try out the Polish translation. It's the only Jack game translated into Polish, and the effect is bloody hilarious. I'll keep it in mind, but I'm going to play it in English because there's some people that wanted me to like not skip the cutscenes because I haven't played it before.
Dry your tears, gorgeous. I have returned.
Well, I see that you're still breathing.
Alive and kicking. Kicking what, that is?
Yeah, great. Well, you might as well have this. It's a little modification for that sprayer pack.
Sweet! What's it do?
Pressure boost. Try it out. This should be amusing.
Oh, I can handle the pressure, baby. Ah!
I actually hadn't thought of that. Oh, by the way, it only lasts a few seconds.
Just keep the drinks on ice, baby. I'll be back before you know it.
To me, what made TLF so bad was because game pretty much starts out decent, but when it gets to the plane stuff, the game just nosedives into something I never came back. I never come back to again. Yeah, like the platforming itself was like fine. It's just like everything around it.
Daxter, never thought I'd actually be glad to see you. Anyway, I've lost pressure at the taps and the valves need to be reset. Trouble is, nobody's been down there in months. I know you don't need any more motivation than that.
Yeah, play it in English, just try it out for a cutscene or something. Yeah, I'll just, yeah, I'll do that. Not sure if this is just me, but the Daxter fur in the cutscenes look off to me. Should have made like the PS2 games. Had his fur more smooth and not realistic. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, I don't mind it, to be honest. But I can understand that. Oh, you're winning, Zeke. Oh, I don't know. It's a shame that TLF is the way it is because I really like the concept and premise. Yeah. Anyone else feel like Dax's default speed is a little slow in this? At least compared to Jack's. I think they're roughly the same, but the difference is like in Jack you've got different moves to like go faster, like roll jumps and stuff. Then again, like the levels in this game aren't nearly as big as Jack. Bit slow, but Daxter controls way better than in 3. I don't know what everyone's problem is with Daxter's control in 3. I always really liked it. Dude. Fuck. Cool. You're doing this game 100%. I never did that. I was always curious. You'll get after 100% of the game. My cousin told me Daxmobile drops from the sky. Can't be sure if he tricked me or not. Okay, that is not true. Yeah, I think you unlock the Daxmobile by getting 100% in this game and then connecting it to Jack X. But no, I'm not going for 100%. I can't be bothered. Like, I don't think there's any missable orbs. I'm fairly certain there's not, but I can't be fucked, to be honest. Dax's electric fly spot is kind of neat. Yeah, I really like it. Love to do a Daxter series, but don't have a game capture yet. I mean, I'm playing this on emulator, so if you can emulate that, you can probably record it. And like PSP emulators are like actually really easy to do. Like PSP and PS1 emulators are like ridiculously easy. If Daxter can run straight, that if Daxter can run straight, that means he's gay, which further proves my theory that Daxter's in love with Crew. Well, no, because Daxter can't run straight. There's some weird quirk with his movement in this game where, like, if you hold forwards, he will, like, just keep zigzagging, sort of. It's really weird. Bro. PSP emulator is easy as long as it's not God of War. There we go. I think that's weird with the analog stick, tracing keyboard, yeah. Yeah, I used to play PSP games on my fucking Android from like 2014. Tentacle Stream 1, god damn it. We already did that forever ago. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. He can't run in a straight line for some reason. It's really weird. Persona 3 Portable female route. Music is the best. If you haven't heard it, you should. Definitely keep that in mind. Because when you went streaming later, we didn't do like a whole dedicated tentacle stream. It was at the start of a different stream. This was like in fucking January, I think, like last year. Pretty sure it's the same stream. No, it was February, I think. Pretty sure it was the same stream that the sewer rant came from. My old PC was so bad that I couldn't emulate N64 games without shitting the bed. N64 is really hard to emulate, actually. So, don't feel too bad about that. If you can run a PS1 emulator, like almost anything can run PS1 emulators. They're really easy. P3 P female is the only way to play P3 unless you mod a PS2 ROM to control the party, yeah. Well, I haven't played any Persona game, so... But I'm looking forward to it. My old brick Android could do N64, but I was a kid, so I don't know if it dropped frames a lot. It probably did. Oh, and PC, it's confusing. You know what? Yeah, when I was setting up my PS1 emulator, EPSXE, I had some weird issues that I had to fucking sort out, which was annoying. But it works fine now. Speaking of PS1, I recently spent like quite a lot of money on PS1 stuff. Like I just set up my CRT. You can see it in the background, I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Yeah, you can see my CRT in the background just there. And I've been playing PS1 and PS2 games on it, and they look fucking awesome. And I've only got like 4 PS1 games, so I decided to spend a bit of money getting some more and some good controllers. I just got 2 of the classic ones without the sticks, and then I got a DualShock, like a dual analog or whatever. No, I got an analog controller, and it's kind of fucked. I gotta get a refund for that. The L2 and R2 buttons are like mushy and stuck, and they don't work. And the D-pad, like the left D-pad is like stuck. Well, not stuck. Like you can still press it, but like the input is just like held down. So it's kind of fucked. Yeah, PS3 emulation still has quite a long way to go, though. Like, it's getting better, but I don't think it's a replacement for PS3s yet. Saw Persona 2 in a store for $700 when I have it on my phone for free. Yeah, it's kind of fucked. DuckStation is the way to go. Yeah, I heard that, but I already had EPSXE downloaded, so I just fixed that. It wasn't too hard of a fix. It's just like, how the fuck am I supposed to know that, you know? Sick. Honestly, I don't understand the whole thing with CRTs. They just don't look good to me. It's... Okay, so if you've tried hooking up a like a PS1 or a PS2 to a modern TV, they look like fucking garbage. Because they were made for CRTs. Like, you've just got to, like, accept that older consoles had lower resolutions. There's really no getting around that. So like 480i and 240p are like the most common resolutions. And it's kind of what you got to work with older consoles. So if you want to be playing older consoles, you want them to look good, you want to play it on a CRT. Because that's what those consoles were made for. Yeah. Honestly, like, I've been playing, like, my PS1 and 2 on a CRT, and it looks fucking awesome. Like, the colors are so much better. It's the way it's made too. Like LCD screens, like they're not the best, like color-wise. And also there is 0 input lag on a CRT, whereas there is a lot of input lag on an LCD.
Say, there was a worker in here a minute ago from the transit system down the street. Said there were some bugs chewing through electrical wires. Be careful though. He looked like he needed a drink.
PS2 looks good on my flat screen though, probably because of components and no input lag. I don't know, you've probably got like a decent amount of input lag. I didn't realize just how bad it was until I hooked it up to the CRT. Like my muscle memory for Jack 1 was kind of off because I was so used to accounting for that input lag. Like subconsciously, I didn't like consciously realize it was there. But like playing on a CRT, like every fucking input is like lightning fast. And I'm using component cables on my CRT. So if you want anything to look good, like any console, always use the like best like quality cables you can. So like I ordered an S-video cable for my PS1 because composite looks like garbage. Best Daxter level coming in though. Yeah, this one's pretty fucking sick. Like, couldn't we get more stuff like this in Jack 2, you know? Like this area is fucking awesome. My PS2 can run on HD TV, runs fine. I mean, it can look dark in some games, but it's to be expected. Like, I'm not saying like, so like, you really gotta like, you really gotta see like a CRT to like see what I mean. Like you gotta have like that side-by-side comparison, because like, yeah, like, if you like just hook it up, like it looks fine. But like, once you play it on a CRT, like you really notice it, you know? Especially if you've got good cables, like component or whatever. Jack and the PCSX2 upscale look fantastic, especially cutscenes, because they use in-game models for them. No, they didn't use in-game models, they used in-engine cutscenes. So, the cutscenes weren't pre-rendered. Hello. Now I'm just playing off fucking OBS. Well, I'm glad the stream is stable now. Fuck. Oh, I wasn't looking. Prison Level in particular really does a good job of making Daxter feel like he's on a rescue mission. Well, yeah, because like that mission, he's like rescuing Jack. One thing about the plot, though, I do appreciate that this game like went to it tried to do something like in the already established timeline sort of thing, instead of just like some random side game after Jack X. I do like that quite a bit. But again, I feel like they could have done a lot more with it. Yeah. Now, I'm pretty sure... Isn't there a secret up... Oh, I might be thinking of somewhere else. But like, with that being said, like, he spends most of the game not looking for Jack. And it's like 2 years later almost. It's like really dumb. Like, they could have done so much cool stuff with this premise, you know? They just didn't. Oh, thanks. Well, I got some spaghetti. My main problem with the story is it never shows what happens in the 2 years instead of just cause... Yeah, it's really stupid. That was a really dumb idea. Man, the platforming here is pretty top notch. This is fun. Cool. The premise really shot itself in the foot by not telling what actually happened to Dax. Yeah, exactly. I feel like they kind of just played it safe with this game's plot, you know? And I don't think there's anything like wrong with that. Like, it was the studio's first game, and it was an already existing franchise. But it could have been a pretty cool game. When the game focuses more on platforming, I think it has some of the best platforming segments in the series. Yeah, like the platforming's pretty sick. Like I don't think I'm a massive fan of this combat though. It's kind of mindless, and the enemies, I don't really have a lot of diversity, and I think once you get the flamethrower, it kind of trivializes it because you can just fucking burn everything. So that's where I came. Oh, here we go. Fuck. For me, the part when, after 2 years straight, suddenly remembers Jack exists was a pretty funny plot point, but yeah, they could at least tell what he didn't. See, I think that's kind of funny, but like really, dude? Like, you forgot all about your best friend? Like, the whole reason you're in this weird fucking place? Like, there's still, like, he still has no explanation as to, like, why he's here or where he is. He kind of just accepts it, you know? Would have been better if some dream levels were mandatory and put some sort of text that indicated that between dream by dream some days pass. Yeah, you know what? Fucking Kingdom Hearts did that better as well. In 358 Days Over 2. Like, it was still like a, you know, like a normal length for like one of the games in the series, but like it takes place over a whole year and they just like have time skips in between a bunch of the events. They could have done that with Daxter and his dream sequences things. Like, made more than one of them mandatory. Now, I'm gonna drop down... Ah! That's not what I wanted to do. I'm gonna drop down some way. There it is. No, that's terrifying. Dude, why aren't you grabbing the ledge? This game can be a little bit jank at times though. But you can't really expect a whole lot from like an early PSP game. When did PSP release? It was 2005, right? Announced 2004? I also feel another problem with this game is the lack of characterization. All the characters that Daxter meets are just either bland or uninteresting. Yeah, they're kind of just copycats of already existing characters in the Jack lore. Like, Taran is kind of just like knockoff Ashlyn with a British accent and bad voice acting. Osmo is just a sculptor. I mean, not Osmo, fucking Zyman is just the sculptor. Osmo's alright, I guess. Caden is kind of uninteresting. Crash Tag Team Racing and released that year alongside the PSP. So 2005. March 24, 2000. Okay, yeah. And then Daxter came out like March 2006? Yeah, something like that. I was just checking my pre-production UMD. It has a date on it. And for the combat, pretty mixed, since, yeah, the combat itself is a bit too simple, but IMO, they did a great job combining weapons with platforming. Oh, yeah, I do like that quite a lot, how, they had the bug spray act as a weapon and a platforming ability. That was really cool. And yeah, something I do wish the Jack games did. I'm not really sure which one I'm supposed to go on, but this one has orbs, so... And I missed half of them. And what the fuck was I supposed to do there? Oh. Oh, that's interesting, okay. Fuck! Alright, I'm gonna have some of this spaghetti. I have one bite and it just doesn't stop for like a whole minute. Crash Tag Team on Dolphin with DualSense and GameCube settings for the triggers is so fun. That sounds cool. Zeke new ASMR channel. Man, where you been? I've done this plenty of times. Pretty cool how it gives you like a branching path, and this is the harder like track. It's pretty cool like that. Eh. See, like now is when you're supposed to switch. Oh, nice, Travis. Congratulations. Dude, what the fuck? Hell yeah. One sec. I heard someone say something about Daxter talking. Not a big problem, but it's weird how Orange Lightning isn't running his mouth like always in his own game. It's probably a good thing. you imagine how annoying this game would be if Daxter's speaking every 2 seconds? I do get it though. I do. Yeah, it would be good if there was a bit more like in-game talking from him. These vehicle bits are always really weird. And why didn't the cutscene play? It kind of just skipped it. Whatever. This game's weird. I'm streaming Jak 2 Deathless and I'm streaming daily for the whole year. That's my goal. Nice, nice. Oh, that's right. I gotta fucking backtrack because the train crashing opened up the way to go. Yeah. Level design can be a bit awkward. Alright, I'm just gonna have a little bit more spaghetti. This is so fucking oily, holy crap. Why can't I get any combos? There we go. I do like how satisfying the combos are in this game. But I do think it is a bit mindless. Deathless Race 1. Some point. Yeah, I wasn't even sure if I was going to stream today, so... Dude. Alright, there we go. I'm surprised they were able to pull off like a big boss fight like this on a handheld relatively well. Like how the camera moves when you're like jumping above it. So you can still have a good view of what's going on. I think it's really well done, actually. Fuck. I know boss fights in this game aren't really anything to write home about. But the final boss is actually pretty fun. Yeah, I kind of agree. I think they are, I think they're executed well. But I don't like how they're basically the same boss every time. But I think the final boss is pretty good. Haven't forgotten your Switch. Is still planning on getting that for you. Well, thanks, man. Am I supposed to be... Oh. Boss fights have never been the strength of the series. I don't know. I think boss fights have been pretty strong throughout all the games. Jak 1, I think all 3 bosses are pretty solid. Well, I mean, like, I think the final boss is wicked. And then Jack 2, I think all of them are pretty good except for Crew. I think one's kind of crappy. Jack 3, I think the boss fights are good except for the first Errol fight. Daxter probably had better boss fights than most of the other Jack games, maybe except Jack 2, since bosses in there did feel pretty good as well, but Jack 1 and 3 bosses feel worse than Daxter. You think? I don't know, like, all the bosses in this game except for the final one are just, like, essentially the same things. So I think it's kind of crap. Jack 2 had the best set of bosses overall, though. It had the most as well, didn't it? It had 4. And I think the only one that's a bit of a miss is Crew. Because it's just... I don't know, it's just kind of annoying. Whereas, I think the Crew fight is fine, I just think it's a bit annoying. But, like, the first Errol fight, I think is just bad. Jack 3 are the worst bosses of all, except for the Vigor Robot fight, which for me is the second best boss fight in the series. Yeah, that's a really good fight, I think. There's the mini-boss that's about running behind him. What game? This one? In Daxter. About running behind him. Man, I don't remember actually. Can we just talk about Jack 3 real quick? Why wasn't Cyber Errol the secondary villain? Why Vega could have been the main one? Let's see. Jack 3 is complicated. The more I think about it, the more I do like Cyber Errol. I think he just could have been executed better. I do think Vega is the better villain. I think he's more evil, whereas Errol is more just like sadistic. Oh yeah, I already did that thing, yeah, with the plants. That was crap. And then there's another one later on with Zyman that's not great either. Bro, stop. Just about to sleep too. I was just chatting later. Have a great time. Alright, thanks for stopping by. Have a good night. Dark Makers are also pretty lame. No, I think the Dark Makers are a wicked idea. I just feel like they didn't expand on them enough. Again, I'll say this literally every time we talk about how crappy Jack 3 is. I love Jack 3's ideas. I just think... Fuck. I just think execution-wise, things could have been done better. I think the Dark Makers are like a really awesome idea. They just didn't expand on them enough. And I think they were introduced too late in the game. Actually, you know what? No. Literally every fucking problem would be fixed with Jack 3, story-wise, if the third act wasn't like 6 missions. I didn't have to rush through like the conclusion. Because we don't get to see Errol, like, proper until the end of Act 2. We don't see the Dark Makers at all until the end of Act 2. And then we just gotta fucking rush through everything in, like, 10 missions. The more I think about it, this just, like, Jack 3 could have easily been, like, the fucking best game ever. You know? It's just a lot of small things. And of course there's the combat, but that's kind of separate. Dex is really cool. Yeah, this game's pretty alright. Talking about Jak 3, I just recently completed Hero Mode run without using the newer guns of that game, nor Light Jak. Well, how did it go? Because I've done that as... excuse me. I've done that as well. I am a core Vega robot, Daxter final boss, goal of my second practice, Claw. Daxter boss's first practice, Desert Satellite, TPL plant boss, crew, Aero final boss, Aero War Factory. Respectable. I disagree though. I don't think Jak 3's story was bad. In fact, Jak 3 subjectively has the best story in the trilogy once it gets going. That doesn't mean it's flawless, far from it, but as a whole it's fine. It has a lot of problems, and a lot of plot holes and conveniences. I just don't think it's nearly as strong as 2. And 1 was like, you know, it was always meant to be kind of simplistic, so you can't really... Like, when talking about Jak plot, it's always like between Jak 2 and 3. Because, yeah, I feel like I just cheated. Yeah, I totally did. Like, seriously, like, I keep saying this, like, if Jak 3, like, didn't have these problems, it would be my favorite. Because the ideas are there, and the ideas are fucking awesome. Went well, I thought I'd be stuck in more places. Yeah, like, even when you handicap yourself like that, Jak 3 still isn't very hard. This game is weird. What would you change with that? Well, Core is not my favorite fight. And I think the final boss of Jak 3, I think it can be, like, kind of boring because it's just a bit long, but I think conceptually it's really fucking sick. And I think for, like, a mini-boss, the Dark Satellite was pretty cool. Jak 3's story is cool on paper. It was probably too much for its own good. No, again, I think the problem is just that the game was rushed. They didn't get a chance to flesh out what, everything they wanted to. First of all, they completely ruined Kira. She was completely sidelined just so Ashlyn could be the main love interest. Yeah, you know what? That's it. That's a massive thing that they just completely fucked up on. You know, that's like, I think that's one of the things that I say is just like, just straight up bad about it. Not that it's like not well executed. It's just like that was a stupid idea because it just doesn't make any sense. I prefer something more small-scaled, like Jak X's story, since it allows... Yeah, that's true, but, like, the conclusion to a trilogy, you know? Like, you want to go loud. You want to go big. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, I think Jak 3's story could have been the fucking best. It's just... Again, time constraints. Jak 3's final boss fight would be just below Dax's final boss, if only it was a bit shorter. 5 phases are a bit too much, especially considering Jak's power level at that point. Is it 5 phases? I thought it was 4. Either way, yeah, I agree it's a bit too long. Pretty sure it's 4 phases. Jak 3 was rushed, didn't really feel that way to me. Yeah, Jak 1... Oh, whoops, I went completely past it. Jak 1 had 3 years of development. Jak 2 had 2 years of development. Jak 3 only had 1. And for as ambitious as Jak 3 is, and like the amount of stuff they wanted to do with it, a year was not nearly enough. Oh, and the Mizo fight. Yeah, I kind of forgot about that one too. Whoops. Fuck. Don't really like that Jack 3's story is so grand about saving the world. Jack 2's IMO was better at just overthrowing Praxis. I mean, like, I like Jack 2 because, like... Fuck. Ah. I think Jack 2 is a stronger story for it because it wasn't as complex and they could have... Like, it was allowed to... They were able to make it better because it was simpler. But I do really love what Jack 3 was trying to do. Again, and I think they could have achieved it if they had more time. There's also the fact Jack's kind of flip-flopping in 3. What do you mean? Fuck. Ugh. Spaghetti. I feel like they delayed the game by a few more months. I think I would have needed a bit longer than that. You mean in terms of his motives? I'm not entirely sure what you mean. I want to like Jack 3's story better, but I ended up liking Jack 2's more simple more. I don't think Jack 2's story is simple. I just think it's not as, like, grand, you know? Like, Jack 3's going for, like, a world-ending plot about, like, you know, ancient evils and stuff. And I think that's fucking awesome. And I love it. But, yeah. Jack 3 also made the whole Jack being Ma thingy in the time loop more confusing than it should have been. Yeah, man, that is some really bad level design. How the fuck are you supposed to get there? I'm not even sure what they were trying to go for, to be honest. Whatever it was, they didn't do it very well. Jack 3's design bible states that Jack isn't Ma, yet people think that's the case. Jack 3's design bible also says that the precursors were, like, gonna make everyone fight for their lives, and everyone was just like in a game of cosmic chess or whatever. That obviously didn't happen either. I wouldn't take the design bible as like, you know, that's the law, because it was the early story concepts. It obviously changed over time. I think these are like the worst designed enemies in the game. These guys suck. So I'm gonna meet this girl real fast and pass out. Okay, sure, man. Have a good night. That is a really weird place to put some orbs. By the way, my New Year's resolution, I've decided to at least reduce the harm done by my eating habits, so I'll stop buying meat myself. Only instances where I'll eat is when my family gives me some packed food with meat, and maybe sometimes restaurants, but I'll reduce that one as well. I know it's still not enough compared to going vegan, but I won't be able to go vegan just yet. I think you need to look at it it's a thing you're aspiring to do, and you shouldn't try and make the switch like completely overnight, because that is really daunting. You should try and just like take it a step at a time, you know? I think if you're like, your goal is like, I'll just reduce it, you're not really gonna like be doing much. Because like you could justify that as like, oh, I didn't eat meat for lunch. It's okay if I eat it for tea, you know? Honestly, I think just, like, try and educate yourself on the ethical standpoints. But it is good that you're, like, actually wanting to take steps to do that. That is really awesome. Okay.
Beautiful crystals. You have no idea how much those Haven City suckers are paying for this stuff. Off you go then.
Yeah, we got the idea, Travis. It wasn't being censored. Or maybe it was on stream, but not in the chat.
I had her fixed up. Now you need to go finish the job in Breezy Valley.
Alright, well that's awesome, Nisha. That's really awesome to hear. I just, like, what I'm trying to say is, like, I need you, like, to, like, keep it in your head, like, that is the goal. You don't want to get complacent, you know? It's like, oh, well, I only eat meat, like, this amount of days, or whatever. It's like, no, like, the goal is to, like, stop harming animals, you know? But if you do need some tips, like, feel free to DM me, man. Liked your video of ranking the games you played. I also agree Sly 2 and 3's placement. Honestly, my favorite game is the first one, and IMO Sly 4 is really underrated. So I really love the first one, but I still think it's not perfect. I think the platforming is, like, fucking incredible. But there's a lot of, like, unfocused elements, like with minigames and stuff. And Sly 4, I haven't replayed it since the first time I played it years ago. But I recognize the story is fucking dog shit, and they shouldn't have done it the way they did. But I remember it being really fun. I remember it being more fun than 2 and 3. Yeah, so I'm not fully ready to, like, properly speak about the Sly series, like, in depth, because, like, I need to, like, play them more. Fuck. Ah! I want to, like, fucking... Phantoms didn't want to be eaten. Shouldn't have been delicious. One more brain dead take like that and I'll ban your ass. Exactly agree with you. The story is so stupid in Sly 4, but the platforming is fun as it's ever been, and that's enough for me. Yeah, like, when I first played it... Where the fuck is this last one? When I first played it, like, I wasn't super, like... invested in the story or whatever, so I just thought, like, oh, whatever. But, like, looking back, I recognize it as pretty dog shit. But yeah, the platforming I remember being... Where the fuck is this last one? Oh my god. There it is. About the education part, you don't have to worry. I have some knowledge on how unethical it is, and it's important for me from an ideological standpoint too as a leftist. Well, that's awesome. Actually being a leftist by actually standing up against fucking injustices. That's a rarity amongst left-leaning people, isn't it? I also have 2 friends in my studies who also try to achieve it. They don't eat meat anymore. They're pretty close to full vegan, so they'll help me. Alright, that's awesome, awesome. Remember hearing that Slyfall was a good game among the community, but now I'm hearing so many say how bad it is. And when I played, I remember it being fun. Honestly, kind of why I'm excited to replay Thieves in Time, mostly because of all the criticism I had. I wonder if I would like it as much now. Yeah, I'm sort of the same, actually. I haven't played it since I first played it. Like, I haven't replayed it. So I was looking forward to giving it another shot. I just never got around to it. Yeah, like that's the thing. I think the gameplay, from what I remember, it holds up pretty well. But like, yeah, the story is awful. Like the plot is, yeah, the plot is super weak, and the character stuff is horrible. Yeah, but yeah, I remember it being fun. Slyfall story's out of trash, but the video game part is pretty neat. Nothing amazing, but good enough. Yeah. But that's Sly 2 and 3 for me. Nothing amazing, but pretty alright. So, as it fits right in. I mean, I've joined a Silesian National Minority Party to stand up against the unjust treatment they face. So yeah, I go with that principle a lot more than 90% of leftist people. Especially the Polish left is weird to settle. Yeah. Like fucking any fucking online space, like left-leaning online space, you bring up veganism, they're all fucking... Oh no, that's the one form of oppression we're totally okay with. Because, you know, it's what they benefit from.
Unit 1, returning to base ASAP on the QT. By the way, was I supposed to pick you up something at the store? Yak cow milk, maybe? Or some female hygiene product we men dare not speak of? You know, something important. I can't help but think... Jack! That's it! Hang on, buddy! I gotta go, Toots. Talk to you later. I mean, over and out. I mean, 10-4, or whatever.
Worst part is it ends on a cliffhanger, might never have a sequel. Yeah, it's fucking stupid as hell, too. You know what, this is my in-depth story analysis of this game and why it doesn't work very well. Imagine put yourself in this scenario. You and your best friend, like, who you've, like, grown up with and is, like, all you know, right? Both of you have just been, like, forcefully placed in this unfamiliar environment and separated for 2 years. And, you kind of just fucking, like, live with it and accept it, you know? And you forget all about your best friend, like, the person you've known your whole life. And, yeah. Daxter, what the fuck is wrong with you? This mission sucks. Honestly, if that's the worst problem you have with your left-wingers, then I'm really jealous here. It's a lot worse. Yeah. I mean, like, no, that's probably not the worst, but it's the one that frustrates me the most, because it's such an obvious fucking hole in their ideology. Or, like, the ideological consistency. Oh. My YouTube chat just kind of glitched. And I'm nearly dead again. Cool. We have people like tankies but worse. Since not only are they authoritarian but also conservative nationalists, and their only left views are the economics. We call them Zwi. I absolutely hate them. Yeah, I mean, like, I think... Well, since Australia is a pretty much like baby America, I haven't really experienced many tankies because I don't know. That line of dialogue makes zero sense because the mission we just did was a mission for Osmo, so.
Why is that last exterminator company still operating?
The owner, Osmo, has proven difficult to discourage.
Well then, help him down the
And we also have a post-Soviet sphere state, so people in our country see the entire left wing like those guys would. Yeah.
finally infiltrated Haven's security walls, and I don't want some wrinkled old exterminator getting in my way.
I have it handled, Great One. I assure you. He's got some new hired help, but it's only a matter of time before I
Close him down. Soon.
Better lay down for a bit. Great stream. Peace out. All right. Thanks for coming. Have a good night. Cool. Want to take a shot drinking? I want to play a drinking game. Take a shot every time these two say dude in this game. Do they get the exact same voice actor as a sculptor to voice Simon? I don't know. It's possible. A lot of Jack voice actors were in this game, like doing other characters. Like in Poland, literal neo-fascists from that word have 10% support from the Social Democrat Left Coalition. And the Social Democrat Left Coalition has 8%. I hate this country so much. God damn. I hate this mic stand. Beat the first boss yet? Yeah, yeah, I beat the first one a while ago. I don't think I can kill that. Fuck. Ugh. Just woke up, gotta get ready for work. Figured I'd stop in quick and say hello. Alright, well, hey there, mate. Thanks for dropping by real quick. Hope you have a good shift. Ah. Is eating bugs ethical? Well, I wouldn't say so. I don't know why you'd want to anyway. Would you say this is Act 2? Because if it is, Act 2 is kind of weird because you kind of just do missions with like no story. Damn it. What about the Brandis clone meat grown in a vat? No, like lab grown meat I think is totally fine. I probably wouldn't eat it personally, but I don't have a problem with it ethically. This is my first time playing the game. No, I've played this like countless amounts of times, but I haven't played it in quite a few years. Crap. So... Scientists are working on creating artificial meat through genetic cloning, and it's mostly to help counter world starvation, but it could also help with some ethical concerns. If we wanted to help with world starvation and ethical concerns at the same time, we'd stop eating animals. Because, like, the majority of the corn and soy grown in the world is fed to livestock. And they only make up, like, a small percentage of the world's calories. So, it's a completely inefficient system. Wait, did they drop any? I don't even know what the point of these things are. You can't kill them. Daxter collecting bugs ties into how he wants Jack's bug collection. Yeah, that's why he's an exterminator. You know, try to get that through in the world with... Yeah, well, yeah, that's the problem. the world sucks, so we can't do anything. You know, I get like really fucking doomer mode when I think about like these big issues when it comes to like unethical economic systems and climate change and stuff. But like with, I think veganism is like the one thing where it's like, obviously like legislation is necessary to like help with this sort of stuff, but like it starts with like individual actions, you know? Because like they're not gonna like, no one's gonna make any changes if no one is wanting those changes. And the vegans are the ones pushing for those changes. Dude, why aren't you not ledge grabbing? This game sucks. Alright, I'm pretty sure there's a... yeah, mask. Alright, which one's this? Clank. Still terrifying. Fuck. That's why I want to become a politician and join the 1%, destroy them from the inside. It's probably the best I can do when a revolution is more unlikely than ever. With so advanced military. I think a revolution is just unlikely because of the kind of world we live in. But yeah, advanced military is also a big thing. But no, that is pretty good. I was like, myself, I was thinking of like potentially working for a union. Try and help with workers' rights. But I'm not really sure. That involves talking to people. Like, realistically, that's like the one job that I think I'd like actually enjoy. Anything else would just be fucking dog shit. Because like my reasoning behind that is like, I'm working for something I actually fucking believe in. Instead of just working for a megacorp, making fucking, like, nothing compared to what fucking the top people in the company are making, you know? Become a YouTube socialist, that's what the big bucks are. Yeah, but that requires me to, like, be smart, and I'm not. I play video games. This game was that one that introduced me to the series. I could play the whole trilogy last year when I upgraded my PC. Oh, nice, nice. Dax is my favorite, but I'm probably biased because of nostalgia. Yeah, yeah. Don't need to be smart. All the biggest YouTubers are brain dead. Yeah, none of the biggest YouTubers are socialists, so... This sucks. And before, don't worry, I won't become fully like them, since I don't have the thing like most people who just want to become rich. Wouldn't want that to happen to me, honestly. Yeah. I totally get that. You know, it's pretty fucking telling how, in my country, like, we've got, like, the typical, like, you know, left wing, right wing party, but they're both like center left, center right, or whatever, as meaningless as those terms are. But it's funny that like our like more left wing party, Labour, they're made up mostly of union people who like they worked for the union and then went into politics to fight for workers' rights. And most of the people in the right wing party, the Liberals, most of them are fucking like lawyers, and you know, fucking rich babies. So you know, who do you want representing your country? Pretty cool that we're able to do these like big cinematic camera angle things on PSP. Oh.
Hey, little fella. Are you lost? I'll get us off this rusty boat. Don't worry, a little,
This doesn't make a single bit of sense to me.
I've always wanted
Why does he recruit a bug when he's been just killing bugs this whole game?
call you.
I don't get it.
Hick. I wonder if you're a boy or a girl. Let me see. So small, it's hard to tell. Hey! Did you just raise your leg? Ew! Bad tick! Bad! From now on, only on the grass, okay? Yeah. All right, let's get out of here.
Bro, I've never played this. Should I someday? Yeah, I'd say so. It's a good game. Hey, it's the Matrix again. Because this one's not purple like the others. Ah, so Daxter's racist as well as speciesist. Right. Okay. Wait, he's purple right here. What the fuck? I also hate how long these go on for. Like, they just take forever. You can only mess up once, and that's it. It's like not even getting more difficult. It's just slow. Like, ideally, I want to be somewhere between middle and upper class, but not higher. Not only is it unethical for me, but I also think it would make my life worse because the only things I really need money for are living on an okay level and occasionally travel around the world, but I also want to have to work for that, since otherwise I feel I would make myself lazy and also lose touch with the reality of other people. Sorry for the other today. No, it's fine. I like hearing about this stuff, and yeah, I totally understand that. I think it's been like kind of good for me to be like not have much money at all for most of my life, or at least like my own money, you know. Like I've been having I know how much like it costs to keep myself alive. So like when I get to a point where like I'm making more than I need, like I can still like I know like how to handle my money sort of thing. Like I don't want to like I want my life to just be like fine. Like if I like made like $1 million, I wouldn't like live a millionaire's life, you know. I'd spend it on video games to be honest. But I know how much I need to stay alive. That's what I'm trying to get at. If I make a lot of money, I'm spending it on video games instead of fucking cars and mansions. I could have worded that so much better. That's what we're getting. I'm tired. This level's kind of just meh. Oh, that's right. I got the fucking flamethrower now. Back when I first played this game, I had big difficulty because of my broken joystick on my PSP. Jeez. Yeah, that'll do it. If we took a shot every time you said like, we drunk after that last sentence alone. Yep, yep. That's how you know that I'm tired and I'm struggling to form sentences. What's your opinion on the soundtrack of this game? I think it's fine. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's great. There are some standout tracks, for sure, but I think a lot of it is just kind of generic, to be honest. But it works. There's nothing offensive about it. Daxter honestly has my least soundtrack out of all the Jack games. Yeah, same, except I don't know what my thoughts on Lost Frontier are. Lost Frontier's soundtrack's probably my least favorite because I can't even really remember any tracks. I can at least remember some from this game. So you don't even have to do the combo anymore, like with the small guys. Just fucking like tap the fire button. I think it'd be good if the bugs still had health bars when lighting them on fire. Instead of just like, as soon as they touch the flame, they're immediately dead. It just trivializes everything. What the... TLS bar fight music is pretty neat. I can't remember it, to be honest. Dude, grab the... Also, I think this is a massive missed opportunity. You can fire your gun and swat while hanging. Why didn't we get... We got 0 gameplay sequences where you do anything like that. I think that's such a missed opportunity. Because, like, climbing on the grate, like, sideways, like, there's some, like, fights you can have. But, yeah. I think this level only exists to show the player how much overpowers the flamethrower. And it probably wasn't their conscious decision to do that, but that's what it effectively does. Imagine the final boss with those mechanics. Ah, that would have been cool. Damn, first try. Oh yeah. Thinking about getting us some Vita? Yeah, go for it. Pretty sure it's like $5, isn't it? Or if you're into that custom firmware stuff, then it's a lot cheaper. You know, I don't think that flamethrower should have been a permanent thing at all, because it makes things a lot less interesting. Like in the bar level, there were like flame things like in the wall or on the ground that like you had to spray to be able to ignite a flame. And that was some like really creative like level design there. Like, especially like with like having to like use the spray pack on a thing and then like over a flame thing to make you go higher. Whereas this one, you just go higher. So like this one is fucking obsolete. Why would you use that when you can just use the flamethrower for everything? I think they should have kept... I don't think they should have made the flamethrower permanent, because it takes away from the clever level design that they started with. Like those scorpions, they're pretty hard enemies, but like, dude, I just fucking flamed them. Like in a split second, they're dead. Alright, that's the level. Man, I should have gone outside before this. I didn't get to see the sun today. The way slashes slowly burn should be used for every bug. I'm not sure what you mean. I think that's human Daxter. Oh, it's Sly. Can't believe Jack did it. I can't believe Daxter let Jack do all the fighting with his fists when he had a flamethrower. Yeah. Can't believe Daxter just fucking let Jack rot in a jail cell for 2 years without trying to look for him. Put the flamethrower later in the game. Yeah, I don't know. I just think it shouldn't have been a permanent thing, like, at all. think the real problem is the balancing and not implementing new mechanics for the next spray. No, but there is mechanics for the flamethrower. It's just they were more creatively used when they were first introduced, when it wasn't a permanent fixture. Like the web walls and stuff. Man, how cool is this? Mr. Sparkles t-shirt? Yeah, it is. Alright, we're good. Dax didn't forget Jack. He got drunk for 2 years, then forgot Jack through always being drunk. I don't know what's worse. I know there's another line of precursor orbs here somewhere. Talking about the shock one, you get it way later in the game and it's less effective than the flamethrower. I only think it's less effective because it uses so much ammo. And environmentally, you use it for one thing ever. And that's those, like, big rocks in that one level. And then never again. Pretty sure you don't use it again. Oh, here we go. The open world always is quiet. Yeah, like, sometimes it plays the music, sometimes it just plays nothing. It's weird. I do like these hidden little orb challenge things in the hub world. It's pretty cool. Yeah, yeah, it's just the same as the flamethrower, but like it, yeah. Imagine if Daxter ended with Zyman giving Daxter some weed, which Daxter has memory issues and forgets about Jackie. Oh my god. So, yeah, no, okay. This game had me convinced that the rest of Haven City was still there. I just had to find a way to get to it. Yeah, I used to think that too, but it's funny if you actually like go around like out of bounds, the whole world just kind of disappears. You don't get to explore like the low poly display models. It's kind of disappointing. Man, what levels are even after this? I've still got quite a bit. I might end it after this level and pick up again tomorrow. At least this guy, you have to like at least hold the flame on him to die. But like, he's the toughest enemy in the game. So, yeah. For example, if it was a mechanic like plugging electricity or something, it'd be opening doors but with more steps. Kind of like a mix of the before and after getting the flamethrower. That could have been cool. I think... Okay, I figured it out. I think my biggest problem with the Daxter soundtrack, like, not really feeling like a Jack game soundtrack, is the inclusion of, like, a drum kit. I think it sounds sick, and that snare, like, sounds awesome. But none of the Jack games really had that kind of percussion. Plus, I don't. I think like the Daxter soundtrack like can stand on its own, like away from the trilogy. But like if we're talking about like why it feels different to the trilogy, I think that's one aspect. Another is that there seems to be a lot more like going on melodically with these songs, whereas like the Jack series never had really complex melodies. It kind of had sort of droning simple ones, but like they set the vibe. Okay, this is a cool mechanic. This one, like you have to like it's not like complex right now, but like when you have to like melt them to a certain height, that's cool stuff. But it's only used in this level, or anything like it is only used this level. Frozen Fish Place was a blast for me as a kid, because for some reason I thought you had to go out the way you came in. Couldn't figure out the final room mechanics, so I fought my way back. Oh, jeez. This ice level, it's a way better of an introduction of the flamethrower than the last one. Yeah, for sure. Because it actually gives you something to do with it instead of just, here's a bunch of like weak enemies that'll like die immediately if you use this new weapon. See? Props to Daxter for bringing back the Lug Sharks. That's true. I do, I can't speak. I do appreciate that. Fair point, but for me, Daxter's soundtrack really feels like a good mix between Jack 3 and Jack X. Not so much 1 or 2, which have more of an ambient tracks, which is pretty neat. Yeah, I can see that. I guess this one is only like useful for these guys, because you still need to stun them. Flaming them only makes them retreat. So that's something, I guess. This massive fucking fish makes no sense though. Like, it's cool. Like, especially on the PSP. But, yeah, I don't know. And it keeps you at the final checkpoint no matter what. So nothing less than perfect backwards run to get you through the entrance.
Squisher? You work for Osmo? You guy I call?
Yeah, me Bug Squisher, you big lug. Now put me down.
Oh, so sorry, little orangey pal. Me Bruder. Me own fish cannery. But me nasty metal bugs eating all the fishy foods. Bruder lose business.
Well, that's what I'm here for. You can thank me now.
Ah, yes. Thanks I give for you help. But me main storage area is where most nasty bugs sneak. You protect that? You squish them all, orangey pal?
Yeah, I'll clean them out. Whew. As if the smell in this place wouldn't already do the trick.
So yeah, these ice cream mechanics is really great. That's why I love Dax so much, since while it has less tools overall, it does a good job with finding creative uses for them, not only for combat ones. I don't think it does it enough though. This is the only mechanic that the flames are really given. He owns the fish cannery. That's so weird. Did he lose it in Jack 2? Or does... Yeah, who fucking knows? See, like, usually you combo that nest to, like, destroy it, but you just flame it once. Man, you know what? Flamethrower is worse than beam reflexer. There, I said it. Not really. Now that's a hot day. Well, so these lurker sharks are kind of weird with like when they get you. See? Jeez. What? That was so not. Okay, I like that. How they start firing at you while you're there. You think we'll ever get another Jack game? It's hard to say. Yeah, there aren't many different uses for them, but at least every single tool you get has some alternative use outside of combat, which is sick. Yeah, I do appreciate that, but I think they could have taken it a lot further. Especially the last one. Like, it's kind of useless. Like, this spray is, like, the best one. And I wish it was, like, the only one. And, like, environmental stuff, like, modified it instead of just new packs. Like it was initially with the flamethrower. Pure nostalgia? Yeah. Yeah, I used to play this a lot as a kid, too. Wish the Skull Gem came out at the moment. Yeah. It's kind of weird, the Skull Gem animation, because they're kind of like... They die, and then like the Skull Gems just fly in from nowhere. It's kind of weird. How are you enjoying the CRT? It's fucking sick. I'm really enjoying it. Oh, I see, right. Also, you guys probably haven't noticed... because it's kind of hard to tell, but I've completely like rearranged everything in my room. And I now have 2 glass cabinets right behind me full of all my Jack collection. It's all on display. It looks fucking sick. And I wish it was in frame so you could see it in the background. But I might... I was thinking of getting it like a new like actual camera and putting it on like an actual fucking ring light, and so I could change the camera angle so you guys can see it. A CRT is expensive? Probably not. I got mine for free. I got it from my ex's brother. He was just like, he needed to get rid of it. He's like, do you want it? I'm like, hell yeah. And I just cleaned it up the other week and have been using it, and it's fucking awesome. But if you want to get one, try like op shops and thrift stores and stuff. They usually just like have them going for nothing. You try like Facebook Marketplace as well, because like no one wants these things because they're just fucking bulky and impractical. So no one really wants them, so they kind of just give them away, you know. See, that is a really cool mechanic. Keep in mind, it's a PSP game. They did have some really big limitations, and despite that they did some things even better than the trilogy, so it shouldn't be too hard on the game. No, I know, like, when it comes to like the skull gem animation, that's like just a fucking nitpick. Like that means nothing. But I think mechanically, I think it's still worth criticizing because it being on the PSP doesn't limit its mechanical depth, I don't think. Like don't get me wrong, this is nowhere near as unbalanced as Jak 3 or anything. I still think the game is perfectly fine. It's just like it started off strong with like some mechanical diversity and like creative ways at approaching platforming, but then once it gives you the flamethrower, like that's the dominant strategy. Can you still hear the CRT whine? Yes. Mine I think is pretty bad. Like my CRT, I think the whine is kind of bad. But once you get the game running, you can't even hear it. And the speakers on that thing are fucking awesome. Like they're really good. Have you seen the behind the scenes secret of this game? It was supposed to play and look like a normal Jak game. Yeah, well originally they wanted the original, like, I don't remember this part. The original plan for this, like, for a PSP Jak game was to port the first game onto PSP. And they quickly realized that was completely impractical. So instead they opted to do like a spin-off. And they originally wanted to like use the goal engine that the Jak games use, but that is just like crazy stupid complex, especially like it just would not work on the handheld. So they really had to strip back their ambitions for this game. What, so he's gonna backtrack? Okay, that's dumb. Could just die. Cool. Another port that was gonna be made for PSP was Simpsons Hit Run. That would have been so cool. Oh my god. I don't get the point of that. That does nothing. Man, I'm not really feeling the platforming in this level. I think the ice stuff is great, but this stuff with the Loco Sharks and the ice things, I think it's kind of crap. Eh. No. And for the flamethrower itself, the way I see it could be improved is to make it available later in the game than it is right now, except the bits with environmental fire, that should be more common. And when you get it, it should be separate, harder to get ammo to incentivize using the regular spray more, also using environment to your advantage. That's a good idea. Separate ammo, I think I like that. I don't know. Because if that's the case, then like they've got to like make sure they place ammo around. Honest to God, I really think like if they just made it like not permanent, it would just be like so much cooler. Like maybe like you could unlock a cheat after you've beaten the game to have like every attachment as a permanent one in a like in a New Game Plus playthrough or something like that. That could be fun. But like the flamethrower doesn't even use more ammo. Like maybe if you just made it use twice as much ammo as the normal spray, that'd be good. But it doesn't even do that. Okay, I can't remember what to do here. Then what? If the bit you didn't know was there, a most genius design, since right there you get a useless fish to melt, but later you need to do the exact same thing to progress. So the useless bit is actually a hint, I suppose, but it's like, it's kind of out of the way. And you already know you can melt ice because of these ice block challenges. Why isn't it moving? Okay, I think that works. Maybe the flamethrower could have some sort of overheating mechanic. That could have been cool. Whoa, boy. What? You fucking assholes. We're all the way back. Oh my god. See, that's what happens when you go out of bounds. The world just disappears. I don't know why it's not going all the way to the end. Anyway, Dax is a 3D platformer having unbalanced combat. It's not as much of an issue as it was in Jak 3. Yeah, that's for sure. Like, I'm kind of just nitpicking. I don't know. It's mechanical depth I wish was there, but like, it's not a massive deal because it's still fun to play. Whereas like Jak 3 just isn't fun to play because it's just used beam reflexor. The platforming at least is still pretty good, but it had the potential to be more interesting, and it demonstrated that it knew how to be more interesting at the start. I just wish it kept being that way. See, here I think it's cool. Except it moved. Ironically, Jack 3 becomes fun when you try not to use the newest. I don't think it is, to be honest. Because I've played like that before, and it's still just like... Oh, fuck. Such a dumb sound effect. It's like, because the enemies, like, not only is like the gun design unbalanced, but it's more so the enemies. They're not really any different from how they were in Jack 2. But like, why didn't that do anything? I don't know, Jack 3 bad, bro. Okay, that should work. If I was looking at my essays here, I think I could be a pretty good game dev if only I wasn't useless for not knowing how to code. Yeah, yeah. Why does it make it look like there's hidden orbs here, but there's none? What the? Touching the spikes hurts you? That's news to me. Man, I must have only been on 1 health or something. No, I wasn't. That shouldn't have killed me. That was fucking weird. So why is every enemy giving me more ammo? It's kind of weird. Oh, I see. So that's the door that we went through earlier, because we've been in this room before. Right, and now we backtrack out the entrance. Yeah, this level's always been kind of confusing.
Looks like it's gonna be fast and furious, oh Sultan of Fuzz. Let's cruise.
Why didn't he say that when I left the level? Why did he say I was still in it? This game's weird. How do I get in there? Alright, cool. Oh, okay. Probably call it here, to be honest. We can finish the rest of the game tomorrow, probably. So what do we got? We got 2 levels there. We got Construction Site 2, Strip Mine 2. We can probably do it. Works for me since I was about to go Zell. Okay, cool. Make a save state as well, just in case. Cool. Alright, well, thanks for stopping by, everyone. Yeah. I guess we'll finish this tomorrow. Okay, cool. For whatever reason, YouTube's being like really dumb with monetization. It's not letting me do it. So like, if you guys could like just leave a like, that'd be nice. If you haven't already. But okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good sleep. It's probably late at your place. It's 11:30 at night. I woke up at 7 p.m. So I'm gonna be up all night. But thanks. Okay. Bye everyone. Bye.